Today in San Francisco, the next chapter in this long-time rivalry, the Dodgers and the Giants, featuring some of the top young players in all of Major League Baseball. On a beautiful Saturday afternoon, we welcome you to Fox Saturday Baseball from AT&T Park. It's the second of a three-game weekend series between the Dodgers and the Giants. And good afternoon, everybody. I'm Kenny Albert. Welcome to Fox Saturday Baseball. San Francisco Giants in first place in the National League West, but the Dodgers only 2 games out following their 5-3 victory in 10 innings in the series opener here last night. As I welcome in my partner, Eric Karros, and it was the newest Dodger, Hanley Ramirez, adding his signature to this rivalry with a 2-run homer in the 10th.
Well, you know, there's a number of young, great players on each ball club. But for me, the most intriguing is the newest member of this rivalry, and that's Hanley Ramirez. Since he's been with the Dodgers, he's already made an impact, gotten some base hits, made some nice defensive plays, and a big home run. Last night at third base, diving to his left, gets up, throws out the runner. But more important, and why the Dodgers went out and got him, a big 2-run home run in the 10th inning. The Dodgers are hoping that he can be the player that he was from 2006 to 2010 with the Marlins. You look at those numbers where he was hitting an average of over 340 doubles, over 110 runs scored. The Dodgers have that for the next 2 months. They're primed for the postseason.
And on the other side, Giants look to bounce back today. They've made a number of roster moves over the last 24 hours. San Francisco acquiring Marco Scutaro from Colorado. He will be in the starting lineup today. Giants activated Aubrey Huff and placed All-Star Pablo Sandoval on the disabled list. It's the Dodgers and Giants coming up. A rivalry for the ages continues this afternoon on Fox. Area as we welcome you back to San Francisco. Kenny Albert with Eric Karros. Dodgers with a record of 54-47. Second place in the National League West. Their batting order brought to you by Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Moss. Mark Ellis will lead off for the first time this season. The Dodgers' second baseman, followed by right fielder Andre Ethier. Matt Kemp hits third. Hanley Ramirez in the cleanup spot, his fourth game as a Dodger. Then left fielder Jerry Hairston Jr. First baseman Juan Rivera hits sixth. Bottom of the order, shortstop Luis Cruz, the catcher A.J. Ellis, and the Dodgers pitcher this afternoon, Chad Billingsley, as the Dodgers get set to face the 34-year-old left-hander with a record of 8-6 this season, Barry Zito.
And he's been a very pleasant surprise for this Giant ball club, specifically Bruce Bochy. And there was a period of time the last few years where it was tough to watch him go out. But Bruce Bochy has all the confidence in the world right now with Barry Zito. There it is, the scouting report. For him to be effective, he's got to slide on in. And that means establish that slider on the inner part of the plate to right-handers. He can come back with that curve. Cool Matt Kemp. Now, Matt Kemp has not been hitting well. 1 for 17. But against Barry Zito, 22 for 49 with 2 home runs.
Zito 1-1 against the Dodgers this season. Today's opening pitch brought to you by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Dodgers were shut out in this ballpark in all 3 games of a series in late June. But they bounced back last night with a 5-3 win in 10 innings. And we are underway on a Saturday afternoon as Mark Ellis takes a called strike. 0-1. There is Marco Scutaro, acquired by the Giants yesterday, starting at third base. San Francisco, his 6th major league team. And Ellis sends this one above Scutaro's head into left field for a leadoff single. So Ellis leading off for the first time this season on at first as we check out the Giants defensively. In the outfield, Cabrera, Pagad, and Scherholz. Around the infield, Belt at first, Terrio at second, Crawford at short, Scutaro at third. And the battery of Barry Zito and Buster Posey.
And this is a Giant defense that has gotten better throughout the season, but still only one team in the National League has more errors. Excuse me, one team in all of baseball, and that's Baltimore.
So Ellis led off for the first time this season. Now Andre Ethier batting in the number 2 spot for the first time in 2012.
Barry Zito absolutely owns Andre Ethier, and on top of that, Ethier has really struggled against left-handed pitching lately. I think what Don Mattingly is trying to do, though, is put him in a spot where he's hitting ahead of Matt Kemp, where he can see some better pitches.
Ethier just 5 for his last 50 against lefties.
Well, and remember, when Manny Ramirez, the other Ramirez, was hitting third, and Andre Ethier was hitting second a few years ago, Ethier was on a tear, hit over 400, hit 12 home runs. So that's something that Don Mattingly is hoping to recapture today.
A 1-1 from Zito. Now 1-2, and you saw Ethier's numbers against Barry Zito, just 6 for 35 lifetime.
Yeah, Zito awfully tough against left-handed hitters. Zito's just been dynamite this year. He really has. See Hanley Ramirez. There's Barry. Again, an 8-6 record his last 5 starts. He's thrown extremely well. And really, that's the strength of this Giant ball club, their starting pitching.
Left field, Melky Cabrera moving to his right for out number 1. So while Ethier has struggled against Zito, Matt Kemp certainly has not. A .449 career average, 22 hits in 49 at-bats.
He sees the ball extremely well against Barry Zito. And right now, that's what Matt Kemp needs, is somebody that he has had success against, because right now he is struggling. He was 1 for his last 17, that one an infield hit in St. Louis. And if the Dodgers are hoping to go anywhere, Matt Kemp is going to have to continue to be one of the top players in the game.
Finished second in MVP balloting a year ago to Ryan Braun in the National League. Ellis the runner on first with 1 out. And Kemp takes strike 1. Kemp 0 for 5 in last night's game. He leads the Dodgers with 14 home runs. Hanley Ramirez waiting on deck. So Ethier, Kemp, Ramirez batting 2-3-4 for Don Mattingly this afternoon. As Kemp sends this one to deep left field, the Dodgers take a 2-0 lead in the first inning. Number 15 of the season off the bat of Matt Kemp, who continues to sizzle. Now 23 of 50 lifetime against Barry Zito.
Well, it's one of those things as a hitter, it doesn't matter how good you're going or how bad you're struggling. If there are guys that you have a lot of success against or guys that you struggle against, you run into them and it seems to turn things around. And right now, Matt Kemp can't buy a hit, but he faces a guy, Barry Zito, where he knows that he's had success. He feels good against him, and Barry continues to make Matt Kemp feel good.
So 2-0 Dodgers, still only one out, and Hanley Ramirez takes a called strike. Coming into this game, the Dodgers had been last in the majors at home runs. They are now tied with the Giants, who have hit 62. Dodgers now with 62 as well. Ramirez took Sergio Romo deep in the 10th inning last night in the Dodgers 5-3 win.
Well, and that's something you don't expect to see in this ballpark, too. You're talking about two teams in all of baseball that are at the bottom of the barrel as far as home runs, and this ballpark yields the fewest home runs.
Only 47 combined home runs for the Giants and their opponents this season here at AT&T Park, and this is home game number 50 for San Francisco. Fewer than one per game.
Yeah, great place to pitch, as is Dodger Stadium.
Hanley Ramirez hoping to add to those numbers. Slow roller Crawford across to Belt for out number 2. So with 2 away, the Dodgers leading 2-0 on a Matt Kemp 2-run home run. Here's the left fielder Jerry Hairston Jr. One for 5 with an RBI last night, batting .295 this season. From Zito, catching the outside corner, now 1-1.
That's a great off-speed pitch there by Barry on the outer part of the plate. Especially 1-0 as a hitter, you're looking for a fastball. That's what's made Zito effective as well this year, his ability to throw any pitch at any count.
Now 1-2 on Jerry Hairston Jr. with the Dodgers leading 2-0. Mark Ellis, a leadoff single. Andre Ethier fly out to left, and then Matt Kemp with a 2-run homer to left center, his 15th of the year, and his 3rd career home run off Zito. Pop foul off to the left side.
Well, we talk about the Matt Kemp home run, and that's what you'll see in the box score, but really the important at bat was Ellis leading off and getting on base. He does that, then they're forced to pitch to the middle of that lineup. Instead of coming up with nobody on 2 outs, Matt Kemp with a guy on first. Zito is forced to pitch to him. That number 1 spot has been tough as far as getting on base for the Dodgers this year.
Hairston pops it up. Belt, the first baseman, is under it. Moving to his right, makes the catch to retire the side, but the Dodgers strike early. Number 15 for Kemp. 2-0 Los Angeles. Leading the Dodgers by just 2 games in the NL West. Giants batting order today brought to you by Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live boss. The right fielder Nate Shearholtz will lead off, followed by second baseman Ryan Theriot. Melky Cabrera hits third. Buster Posey in the cleanup spot. Then center fielder Angel Pagan. First baseman Brandon Belt. The newly acquired Marco Scutaro hits 7th. Then Brandon Crawford and Barry Zito will bat 9th. Against 27-year-old right-hander Chad Billingsley. He will turn 28 years of age tomorrow. Record of 5-9 and 19 starts this season, but he won his last start Monday in St. Louis.
Yeah, coming off the disabled list. Had a nice start against St. Louis. Gave up a run in the first. But after that, held the Cardinals.
Billingsley had lost his prior 5 starts prior to Monday.
Well, and when he's good, he's got that arm side control. And what that means, the inside pitch to the right-handers, the outside pitch to the left-handers. He can establish that part of the plate. Number 2, does he have that secondary pitch today, the curveball or the slider? And if he does, then he pitches like a number 2, as the Dodgers hope he can be.
Now 2-1 on Nate Shearholtz, leading off for the Giants. He was 0 for 4 with a run batted in last night. 9 for 20 lifetime against Billingsley. 2-1 on the ground to the first baseman Rivera. Takes it to the bag himself to retire Shearholtz. For the Dodgers defensively, in the outfield from left to right, Hairston, Kemp, and Ethier. Rivera at first. Mark Ellis at second, Cruz at short, Hanley Ramirez at third, the battery of Billingsley and A.J. Ellis.
You see the Gold Glove winner out there. You know, this Dodger defense as of late has not been great. I mean, they've had a lot of holes, have made a lot of errors. They've moved themselves down to the bottom part of the league as far as fielding percentage.
With one away, here's Theriot, the former Dodger. Played in 54 games for the Dodgers back in 2010. Melky Cabrera waiting on deck, 1 out. Bottom of the first inning here in San Francisco. Matt Kemp with a 2-run shot off Barry Zito in the top of the first, giving the Dodgers a 2-0 lead. What do you think, Eric? Will he get there?
I think we could probably get a 30-second commercial in right now. Some good hustle right there.
That is 76-year-old Don Rohde, who was a San Francisco Seals bat boy back in the 40s and then served as their assistant trainer. Working the third base side today. One of the ball dudes here in San Francisco.
It's a tradition that they have here in San Francisco. The ball dudes.
Guess who we played baseball with in grammar school? John Madden and John Robinson. Theriot down on strikes as Don heads back to his seat. He's finally there. So Don Rohde sits down, and we'll continue to watch the Giants and the Dodgers, a rivalry that dates back to the 1890s. Giants have won 4 of 7 this season. As we mentioned, they swept the Dodgers here in late June and outscored Los Angeles in that series 13-0.
Well, as Bruce Bochy had mentioned, though, it was a different Dodger ball club then. It was without Matt Kemp. Andre Ethier went down in the first game of the series. But still, to shut out a ball club, it says something about your ability to pitch. Man, Don is he's going to be done by the end of this first. Sounded like a good idea.
So a very busy bottom of the first inning for Don Rohde.
You know, we talk about the good young ball players in today's game, and you're talking about an MVP candidate right now, and without Melky Cabrera, the Giants would not be at the top of the division.
He was the MVP of the All-Star game in Kansas City. He grounds out to the shortstop Cruz. A 1-2-3 first for Chad Billingsley. Don Rhodey all smiles. 2-0 Dodgers. Today's game presented by Budweiser is sponsored by Ford. Go further. And by Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Moss. Back in San Francisco, Kenny Albert, Eric Karros. First and second place teams in the National League West, separated by only 2 games. It's the Dodgers, who won the series opener last night in 10. 2-0 lead today on a Matt Kemp home run. Juan Rivera leads off for the Dodgers, takes a called strike. So Barry Zito has thrown 18 pitches today. 15 of the 18 have been strikes, but he trails by 2 runs.
Well, he ran into Matt Kemp. You know, and that's just somebody that he hasn't been able to get out over the years.
Zito 8-6. It's his 6th year with the Giants. He has never finished with a winning record since coming over from Oakland. But Bruce Bochy, his manager, told us he's throwing more quality strikes this season. He's using all his pitches, and he's pitching with confidence.
You know, Kenny, I think more than anything as well, things haven't worked out the way that Barry Zito would have liked since he signed the contract. But the thing about him is he's never quit. He's continued to work. He's gone to the bullpen. He was left off the roster for the postseason in 2010. Didn't complain about it. Came to the workouts, worked out. And that says a lot about his character.
A 3-time All-Star, former Cy Young Award winner. 153 career wins. 2-2 to Rivera. This is Scudero. And Rivera is retired. So Barry Zito, over his first 5 seasons with the Giants, record of 43-61. But as we have been discussing, he has turned things around here in 2012.
He has. You look at that 3.75 ERA. I think he's been a very pleasant surprise for this ball club. And he's added a lot, especially with the struggles of Tim Lincecum this year. Barry Zito has stepped up huge.
And Luis Cruz extends his hitting streak to 11 games. On his way to second. And he is in with a stand-up double.
Well, you mentioned Cruz extending that hitting streak. He's got that open stance. This pitch, not a lot of velocity, the inner part of the plate. Cruz drives it to left. You know, this is going to make it very difficult for Don Mattingly as well, because as long as Cruz keeps hitting, you want to keep running him out there. You can move Hanley to short and then move Cruz to third and spot start him with Hairston Uribe. But heck, the way he's hitting the ball and he's playing short right now, might have to ride him for a little bit.
With D. Gordon on the disabled list, Cruz has done a terrific job at the plate. So the Dodgers with a runner in scoring position with one out. And A.J. Ellis, the number 8 hitter, at the plate. There's Matt Kemp. 2-run shot in the first. Dodgers threatening here in the second. Ellis takes strike one. Cruz the runner on second with one out. 1-1 to Ellis. Zito missing high and away. Now 2-1. Two and two. Chad Billingsley waiting on deck. Luis Cruz with a one-out double, extending his hitting streak to 11 games. Two from Zito, and Ellis is down on strikes. First strikeout for Barry Zito today. Eric, timeout for our Ford keys to the game.
Kenny, I'm going to tell you, I swear I did this about an hour before the game.
I believe
Kemp is the key. Yeah. And he was, certainly, for the Dodgers. Matt Kemp is going to have to continue to play like the MVP candidate that he is. The Giants, when they get guys on base, they've got to get that opportune hit. Bruce Bochy telling us before the game, look, we get guys on, we just have not been able to get them across home.
Giants really struggling with runners in scoring position this season. Billingsley with an opportunity here with a teammate in scoring position. 7 hits and 32 at bats this season. Two outs, top of the second inning. Dodgers lead the Giants 2-0.
You have to be careful with Billingsley. You can't just lay one over the plate and go after him like he's a pitcher that can't hit. Does have some pop, swings it aggressively.
He's hit 2 career home runs, fouls it off, now 1 and 2.
I'd come back with some sort of breaking ball. I wouldn't even mess around with a fastball here.
One-two from Zito. Billingsley gets the bat on it. In foul territory, the first baseman, Brandon Belt, makes the catch. And that will do it for the Dodgers. Cruz stranded on second. Buster Posey leads things off for the Giants when we return. Presented by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Today, prior to the game, Family Day, as the Giants were joined by their wives and kids. A couple of their parents in attendance as well. And they took part in the annual Family Day softball game here at AT&T Park. Think she'll remember to drop the bat next time? There's Buster Posey, and he swings at the first pitch. Remembers to drop his bat as he rounds first, heads for second. And Posey is in with a leadoff double for the Giants here in the bottom of the second inning.
Well, at the top of the show, we talked about the young stars for each ball club. Buster Posey, for me, is easily the comeback player of the year. Coming off that horrific injury, he hasn't missed a beat at all. All-star starter and catcher. He's hitting .315. He gets a fastball, drives it to left center. I mean, really one of the great young players in today's game.
Not much older than some of the kids we saw out on the field during Family Day.
Now he can flat out play.
So the Giants have their first base runner of the game. Here's center fielder Angel Pagan. Pagan swings at the first pitch. And it's Hairston who makes the catch and left, one away. Time for a DirecTV game break. We check in with Matt Feskersen at the MLB Network studios. Matt?
Kenny, a couple of finals in the big leagues. The Cubs scored the go-ahead run on Reed Johnson's bunt single in the 7th, and then Carlos Marmol holds down the 4th, 13th save of the year, ending the Redbirds' 4-game winning streak. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Back to Kenny and Eric in San Francisco.
Thanks very much, Matt. A look at the National League Central Division standings. Reds on top. Pirates 2 out. Defending world champion Cardinals 6 games behind. Brandon Belt broke out of his recent slump in a big way with 3 hits last night. He's 3 for his last 6. He had been 3 for his previous 46.
Yeah, he said his confidence hasn't wavered.
Rivera will take it to the bag himself as Posey advances to third. And as we alluded to earlier, a number of transactions made by the Giants over the last 24 hours. They acquired Scudero from Colorado last night. And he will bat for the first time right here. Aubrey Huff activated from the disabled list. Giants placed Pablo Sandoval on the DL earlier today, and they designated Emmanuel Burris for assignment. So here's Scudero, 36 years of age. Fans in this area very familiar with Scudero from his 4 seasons with the Oakland A's from 2004 through 2007.
Solid guy, can play a number of positions, knows how to play the game right, will give you a good quality at bat, foul off a lot of pitches, make the pitcher work.
And the Giants elected to play Sandoval on the DL today. He would not be available for at least 10 days. Here are Scudero's numbers with Rockies this season and during his 4 years with Oakland. He can play second base. He can play short. Hadn't played third since 2008 with the Blue Jays, starting at third base for the Giants here today.
Well, I think he fits in nicely as a complement to this ball club and really reflects the personality of this Giant team. You know, much like a Ryan Theriot, a guy that's going to go out, get dirty, do whatever it takes to win.
Now 3-1 with Brandon Crawford waiting on deck. Posey, the runner on third with 2 outs.
Well, and we talked about, this Giant offense. When they get their opportunities, they have to get the big hit. You get a leadoff double. Then Pagan, the first thing he does, swings at the first pitch and doesn't get that runner over to third. Those are the types of things that Bruce Bochy has talked about.
Scudero fouls it off to the right side, so the count is full.
You know, they need to do things like that better. Especially in this ballpark. It's not an offensive park. You're not going to hit a lot of home runs. You've got great pitching. You get a guy on second with nobody out, you've got to get him over.
Payoff pitch from Billingsley, and Scudero fouls it back. A leadoff double for Posey. Pagan flied out to left. Belt grounded out to the first baseman Rivera. And now Scudero in his first at bat as a Giant, awaiting the payoff pitch from Billingsley. Pops it up. The shortstop Cruz makes the catch. Posey stranded on third. And Matt Kemp, who went deep in the first, will bat third for the Dodgers when we return after these messages from your local Fox station. The Giants 2-0 here in San Francisco. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Dodgers. No runs, 1 hit so far for the Giants. As Mark Ellis leads off against Barry Zito. Former teammates in Oakland. Former teammates of yours in Oakland as well.
Yeah, along with Marco Scudero. All in that 2004 Oakland A ball club.
Ellis led off the game with a base hit and would come around to score on the Matt Kemp home run. Don Mattingly asked before the game about Ellis leading off today for the first time this season. He said when he looked ahead at the pitching matchups for this series, he felt it would just be a good fit for today's game. And it paid off in the first.
Well, you know, there really isn't a reason why you wouldn't have Mark Ellis lead off. You put Ethier in that 2 spot. You have those 3 in a row where you've got Ethier, Kemp, and Ramirez, and you can move those 3 around. But the Dodgers haven't had a real productive leadoff hitter this year. And I mean productive, I mean guys that getting on base at a consistent level. You know, there is talk that that's something that Ned Colletti and his group's still looking for. An outfielder or somebody that can hit at the top of the lineup.
Left center, Pagan, 1 away. Time for another DirecTV game break. We check in once again with Matt Veskursen at the MLB Network studios. Matt?
And Kenny, one other game in progress. Royals and Mariners. Kansas City had been held to just 2 runs in the first 2 games of the series, but they're on the board first today thanks to their all-star Billy Butler. 1-0 early on. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Back to you lads in San Francisco.
All right, thanks, Matt. And Eric, how strange is it to watch the Mariners without Ichiro?
Yeah, it is something. You know, we've had Seattle a couple times on our air this year. And speaking with manager Eric Wedge, it was something they were going to have to confront. You know, Ichiro being a free agent, and they were able to get something for him and give him an opportunity to go play for a team in a playoff run.
He made his home debut for the Yankees last night in their win over the Red Sox. 0-1 to Ethier in for strike 2. Andre Ethier fly to left his first time up. Ethier on 3 pitches is down on strikes. So he is now 6 for 37 lifetime against Zito and 5 for his last 52 against left-handed pitching.
Andre Ethier arguing that he fouled the ball off.
What do you think?
I think I can't tell. That's what I think.
Chris Conroy is the home plate umpire, and he is the one who had to make the decision, and he felt that Ethier did not make contact. Tim Timmons at first, crew chief Angel Hernandez at second, and Hickox, the third base umpire. Here's Matt Kemp, who took Zito deep in the first inning, giving the Dodgers a 2-0 lead.
Well, you watch Zito this time pitching to Matt Kemp. He's got nobody on. He's got 2 outs, so he can basically do whatever he wants to do. He doesn't have to come in or feel like he has to throw him a strike as he did in the previous at-bat. Now he can just nibble right now, because if you walk him, big deal.
Lifetime .460 hitter against Zito. 23 for 50. On the ground to the shortstop, Crawford. And Zito retires the Dodgers in order on 11 pitches in the third. It's family day. The Karros family in attendance. Wife Trish, along with Jared, Kyle, and Mika. Brandon Crawford leads off for the Giants against Chad Billingsley as we welcome you back to Fox Saturday Baseball from AT&T Park in San Francisco. With the Dodgers leading 2-0, Kenny Albert, Eric Karros, and we are joined live from the Dodgers dugout by the reigning National League Cy Young Award winner Clayton Kershaw. Clayton, first of all, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, guys.
Big week, Clayton, for the Dodgers. The acquisition of Hanley Ramirez, who hit the 2-run homer here in the 10th last night. What kind of a message did that send to the team, to the players, the acquisition of Ramirez from the Miami Marlins?
Yeah, it says that we're all about winning, which is awesome. You know, that's what we want to do. You know, it's tough to give up a guy like Nathan Eovaldi. You know, he's pitching well for us, and he's got such a good arm. But when you get a guy like Hanley Ramirez, the talent that he has, and you know, you don't even think about Randy Choate, but what he does in the bullpen against lefties, that's a big bonus for us.
Clayton, do you guys need to do anything more?
I don't know. That's not for me to decide, but I like our team right now. You know, having those 3, 4, 5 guys in the middle of the lineup like we do today, or with Dre hitting 2-hole today, or whatever it may be, you know, it's really just about us throwing the baseball to starting staff. So I like it right now, though.
Crawford grounds out to the second baseman, Ellis, for out number 1. So you're pitching tomorrow. You'll be going up against Ryan Vogelsong for the 3rd time this season, and the previous games 2-0 and 2-1 Giant wins. So what are you looking for today? What are you watching as far as the Giants batters?
Yeah, well, I've got my video working already, but, you know, I just like seeing what kind of lineup they run out there. They usually change a few things against lefties, so expecting a couple changes for tomorrow's game. But overall, just kind of watching and see how Bills attacks the hitters, and just, you know, learn as much as you can.
Just kind of a quirky question. When you faced a guy like Hanley Ramirez, how would you approach him? How would you go after him?
You know, I faced him a couple times. You know, with him, he's just so aggressive. I don't know if there's one way to get him out every single time, but you know, just you got to make your pitches, because he takes some hacks, and as much power as he has, like you saw last night, you know, just kind of stay out of that middle down area, and maybe just try to beat him above the zone. I don't really know, honestly. I'm glad I don't have to face him.
Well, for the record, he's just 2 for 10 against you in his career with the Marlins. 2-1 now on Barry Zito. So with Billingsley facing Zito here, what's the mentality? What's your mentality with the opposing pitcher at the plate?
It's tough. I mean, you got to treat him like another hitter, and it's not easy sometimes. You know, you got to go after him, and you know, you can't have. I don't want to walk him in the back of your head. You just got to go attack.
So Zito bounces right back to Billingsley now. Clayton, we're chatting with the reigning National League Cy Young Award winner Clayton Kershaw. You and your wife Ellen give so much back to the community, and you have a big event coming up this Thursday.
Yeah, we do. It's going to be a little Texas back in L.A. We're doing a little barbecue. Pat Green's performing at the stadium on Thursday, and just going to be an awesome event. All the proceeds are going to Kershaw's Challenge, which, you know, we help out some charities and some stuff over in Africa that Ellen and I are doing. So it's just going to be an awesome event.
Will you be making that trip to Africa again this winter?
Yeah, we're going back. We're taking some guys with us, you know, a couple baseball guys, a couple friends and family, so looking forward to it.
Here's Scherholtz with 2 away, and it's the event this coming Thursday at Dodger Stadium. Clayton's Texas Barbecue and Hoedown. Tickets on sale by visiting Dodgers.com/BBQ. Gets underway at 6. Broken bat. Scherholtz pops out to Ellis. Clayton, continued success. Thanks for joining us, and have some fun on Thursday night.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Dodgers lead 2-0. 3 innings in the books here in San Francisco. DirecTV's best offer of the year. And by Jaguar. See the new model year lineup at your local Jaguar retailer. Golden Gate Bridge here in the Bay Area with the Dodgers leading the Giants 2-0. Matt Kemp, 2-run shot off Barry Zito in the top of the first inning. Middle of the order for the Dodgers here in the fourth. Hanley Ramirez leads off and takes ball one. His fourth game with the Dodgers. Game-winning 2-run homer in the 10th inning last night off Sergio Romo. And Eric Don Mattingly was asked before the game to compare the arrival of Hanley Ramirez with the arrival of Manny Ramirez. Don, of course, a coach on Joe Torre's staff when Manny Ramirez came to the Dodgers, and he said Manny was amazing when he came in. He did some unbelievable things, but he was towards the end of his career. Hanley is in the prime of his career.
Yeah, and remember, Manny Ramirez was going to be a free agent at the end of that year. Hanley Ramirez is tied up for another 2 years after this season. I think it's a completely different situation. As you mentioned, one guy at the end of his career, although Manny Ramirez had a 2-month run that's second to none. When you talk about Hanley, much more athletic, can do a lot more things, can impact the game in many different areas as opposed to Manny Ramirez. And again, that run that Manny had was probably the greatest 2-month run that anybody's had after being traded. You know, when you look at those numbers, in 2011 he was hurt. Played in just a bit over 90 games, where in the previous seasons he was 140, 150, 150, those sorts of things. And then this year, look, it just didn't mesh down in Florida. Things didn't work out. A new group there, new management. He was asked to move from shortstop to third. I'm not even so sure he was asked. It was one of those things. Hey, we signed a guy to play short. You're going to third. That's all right if you're the 23rd guy on the ball club, but when you're the centerpiece of an organization and they basically come and tell you instead of ask you, or at least communicate with you.
Payoff pitch to Ramirez, and he becomes strikeout victim number 3 of Barry Zito. Well, Fox Saturday Baseball returns in 3 weeks as the playoff push gets into full swing. The Red Sox head to the Bronx to take on the Yankees. Some of you will see the Cardinals and the surprising Pirates. Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Budweiser, returns August 18th at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. Check local listings for the game and start time in your area. One away, here's Jerry Hairston Jr. popped out to the first baseman belt. His first time up. How about those Pittsburgh Pirates and their MVP candidate, Andrew McCutchen?
He's been dynamite this year. And I think you look at what they did last year. They were in the thing until the All-Star break, and then they just went right in the tank. I think they used that experience last year, and they carry that with them into this second half. They don't make the same mistakes they did last year. They went out and acquired Wandy Rodriguez for the pitching staff. I think they're going to be there.
19 straight losing seasons for the Pirates. What a turnaround. Let's take you back to last night. This is Jerry Hairston Jr.
And that's the trouble with having the bullpens on the field. It's the same way at Wrigley. As a fielder, you're running, and then all of a sudden the level changes on which you're running. See, Hairston took a pretty good spill. And that's the thing, you're focusing on the ball, you've got your eye on the ball, and then all of a sudden you hit a hill. It usually doesn't work out too well.
I have to give credit where credit is due. I walked over that mound with our producer, Jeff Gowen, yesterday. He had absolutely no problem.
Gow's athletic.
Absolutely. 1 ball, 2 strike count. 1 out. Top of the 4th inning. Dodgers lead the Giants 2-0. There's the ball dude down the third base line. Don Rhodey, who had his work cut out for him in the first inning today. But Don's former baseball teammates, legendary football coaches John Madden and John Robinson, would give him high marks.
Give him high marks for hustle. See some Dodger fans. And a number of Dodger fans coming up here to San Francisco to watch the series. There you see Don making a play.
Great play by Don.
Look at this. Look at the movement off of the bench. Bends down, makes the play, keeps his balance.
Don has gotten more airtime than many of the players in today's game.
Gonna have to get a SAG card. But I was talking about a lot of Dodger fans coming up and making the trip up. This is one of the most beautiful ballparks in all of baseball. No question about it. Did a real nice job here putting this thing together. Not a bad seat in the place. Got the water in the outfield.
Picture perfect weather today. Payoff pitch. Hairston takes ball 4. So a 1-out base runner for the Dodgers. First walk issued by Zito today. Well, Miguel Cabrera, Brandon Phillips, David Price, and Justin Verlander are among more than 100 players, including more than 60 current stars who have visited the MLB Fan Cave already this season. Fan Cave has also hosted over 24 concerts and celebrity guests, including Charlie Sheen, Adam Lambert, The Fray, and many others. Watch MLB Fan Cave player videos. Stay up to date on the latest cave happenings by visiting MLBFancave.com. Follow the Fan Cave on Twitter and like the MLB Fan Cave on Facebook. I worked a game 2 weeks ago, Eric, in Baltimore. Ryan Wagner, one of the initial Fan Cave participants, one of the 2 from last season, now the public address announcer at Camden Yards. Doing a terrific job.
Fan Cave can lead to great opportunities, huh? Hairston not really a threat to run. One stolen base on the year.
Dee Gordon of the Dodgers, who has been on the disabled list for over 3 weeks, still leads the National League with 30 steals.
Yeah, he expects to get the cast off on August 2nd. I've been around the clubhouse the last 2 days. He's hitting one-handed. He's taking ground balls still. He's anxious to get back out there.
Juan Rivera takes ball 1. He grounded out to the third baseman Scutaro, his first time up. Two hits in last night's game for Rivera. Hairston the runner on first, 1 out. Top of the 4th inning. Dodgers lead 2-0. Zito missing away, ball 2.
Luis Cruz on deck. 11-game hitting streak with that double earlier.
Now 2-1 on Rivera. Two balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Top of the 4th here in San Francisco with 8-game winner Barry Zito on the mound. Giants 4th in the league in earned run average. They have 3 in the top 10. Brian Vogelsong, Matt Cain, and Madison Bumgarner all in the top 10 in earned run average in the National League. Tim Lincecum continues to struggle. A called strike 3 on the outside corner. Rivera not happy with the home plate umpire, Chris Conroy.
Well, Zito doing a nice job coming back from a 2-0 count. He's throwing some off speed, then goes with a fastball in the outer part of the plate. You know, that's one of those pitches. As a pitcher, you want it. As a hitter, you hope he calls it off the plate. Could really go either way there. A great pitch by Zito. You get pitching ranks, pitching coach Dave Righetti right there. You know, and I should say that both of these ball clubs, the pitching and the arms are excellent, but they both play.
Hairston on the move. Throw down to second is in time. And the Dodgers are retired in the 4th. The throw down from Posey. Still 2-0 Dodgers. Out, Dodgers leading 2-0. Bottom of the 4th inning here in San Francisco. As Ryan Theriot leads off, struck out his first time up against Billingsley back in the 1st inning. Theriot, Cabrera, and Posey for the Giants here in the 4th.
Well, this is a big hitter, much like Mark Ellis was in the 1st inning for Billingsley. You've got to keep Theriot off the bases because you've got Cabrera and Posey afterwards. I mean, that's really where this offense centers for this Giant ball club.
The 2-0, and Theriot lines out to the center fielder Kemp for out number 1. So stepping in, the most valuable player of the 2012 All-Star Game, Melky Cabrera.
Speaking with Bruce Bochy prior to the game, he said he knew that he was a good player, but seeing him every day, he's become more and more impressed. And he likened to that that second month of the season that Melky had the Tony Gwynn, the ability to hit the ball the other way, hit it in holes, center it up, and hit it off the barrel. And look at that season, 139 hits. And again, this park, not fun to hit at.
5 seasons a member of the New York Yankees. The Giants are Melky's 4th team in the last 4 years. What a season he has put together. Batting .359 coming into the game, second in the league, trailing only Andrew McCutchen of the Pirates. Leads the National League with 46 multi-hit games, second in the league in runs, first in hits. What a year. One of the most memorable images from the All-Star game when Cabrera attempted to high-five his former teammate Robinson Cano out at second base. With the American League trailing big, Cano wanted no part of it.
No. I think Melky said something to him as well. That's the thing, you know, you come up together and you'll always have that bond even when you go your separate ways. Trying to get to the big leagues, it's a journey.
On the ground to the right side. Ellis to first, and the throw is in time to retire Cabrera. Time for another game break. Matt Vasgersian, take it away.
Kenny Royals and Mariners' life without Ichiro continues in Seattle. Miguel Montero, 2-run home run, 12 RBIs in his last 11 games. Miguel Olivo adds an RBI single. Mariners on top 3-1 in the third. Back to you guys in San Francisco.
All right, thanks very much, Matt. 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Buster Posey has the only Giants hit today, a double back in the 2nd inning. And then Posey was stranded on 3rd. Matt Kemp with the big blow for the Dodgers. 3rd batter of this game, a 2-run homer off Barry Zito in the top of the 1st inning. As Posey limps away. 0-2 on the Giants catcher.
You see Posey hitting that off his back knee. It almost looks like the outer part of the right knee. It's tough to do that. Watch this ball shoot right down, and oh!
The 0-2 from Billingsley. Fastball missing away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the 1-2 to Posey, fouls it back. Ethier and right. Giants retired in order in the 4th. Still 2-0 Dodgers. We head to the 5th here in San Francisco. Kenny Albert, Eric Karros, Fox Saturday Baseball. Bottom of the order for the Dodgers. Luis Cruz was at the plate when Jerry Hairston was thrown out attempting to steal second. So Cruz leads off. He doubled back in the second inning, extending his hitting streak to 11 games. That is a Dodgers season high. Cruz, then A.J. Ellis, then Chad Billingsley. Another base hit for Cruz. He's 2 for 2. We spoke earlier with Giants pitching coach Dave Righetti and asked him what Zito was doing differently this season than his first 5 years as a Giant.
A lot of confidence, with pitchers, it builds early, and he had a rough spring, but right at the end of it, he found something that clicked in his delivery, especially out of the stretch. And he's been in the strike zone for the most part, almost from day one.
Brian Wilson going down, before the season, really. Yeah. I mean, are you surprised that your bullpen has been as dominant as it's been, or did you know you had it?
Eric, when he went down, it's an emotional thing, too. Brian brought a lot of personality and a lot of confidence to our ball club. He did go down at the end of last year, and so we got to see firsthand how the guys would react to it, and we had a good feeling about Casilla taking over in that spot, but also leaving the other guys where they were comfortable. So we didn't do a mix and match thing, and I think that it's paid off. But without the guys pitching well, things don't work out, right?
Good friend of yours, longtime teammate Don Mattingly in the other dugout. Yeah. I would assume during this Dodgers-Giants rivalry, you don't spend as much time with Don or chatting with Don as you used to.
No, it's funny. There's old Yankee teammates, everywhere, and we do spend a lot less time talking to each other, unfortunately. But that's the nature of our business. But I do miss him.
What'd you get from Marco Scutaro in exchange for number 19?
Nothing. I just want him to play well. It's his number now, and he'll do good things with it.
All right, thanks, Dave.
All right, you guys. Thank you.
Dave Righetti now wearing uniform number 33. Scutaro 19. Infield in, second and third. Cruz, a leadoff single, and then A.J. Ellis with a double to the wall in the left field corner.
This pitch on the inner part of the plate, Ellis just hooks it into that left field corner, puts Cruz at third base.
So an opportunity for Billingsley. He came to the plate with a runner on second and 2 outs in the second inning. Now second and third, nobody out in the 5th. And Billingsley falls behind, 0-2.
On this, with the infield in, you're looking for the strikeout right here, because obviously when you pull that infield closer to the hitter percentage-wise becomes more productive. Billingsley, again, very aggressive.
The 0-2 from Zito. Billingsley gets a piece of it to stay alive.
You see Posey wanted that up out of the zone. I think I'd throw a breaking ball in the dirt. Trust Posey to knock it down, keep it in front of him.
Fastball missing high, 1-2.
I think that's just to set something up now again to change the eyesight, go down in the dirt. Again, that pitch so high that it's not even tempting as a hitter.
A 1-2, another fastball missing inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, Billingsley did win his last start, but had lost his prior 5. Zito 3-1 over his last 5. But it's Billingsley and the Dodgers leading 2-0 today. Giants only 1 hit over the first 4 innings. Now the 2-2 from Zito. Billingsley gets the bat on it. Cabrera in left. Cruz tags. He will score. The throw is high. Now the throw down to third. Not in time. Ellis in safely. Dodgers lead 3-0. Sacrifice fly, second run batted in of the season for Chad Billingsley.
Well, we talked about the Giants, and no team coming into today other than the Baltimore Orioles having more errors in baseball. Now, this won't go down as an error, but this is a complete miscue here by Cabrera. Misses the cutoff, allows Ellis to go to third. Now you've got a runner at third base with less than 2 outs. They tried to appeal the play, doesn't happen. Again, you got to keep Ellis at second base. Can't let him get to third now. Got the top of the lineup up.
So A.J. Ellis at third. Mark Ellis, no relation, at the plate. Singleton scored back in the first inning. When we spoke with Clayton Kershaw earlier, we asked him about that matchup against the opposing pitcher. And in this half inning, Chad Billingsley, helping his own cause, drives in a run.
Well, Kershaw, speaking from experience, in his last start against the St. Louis Cardinals, he had trouble with their opposing pitcher, Adam Wainwright. Wainwright had 2 good at-bats.
Mark Ellis takes strike 1, now 1-1. Only 1 out. Andre Ethier waiting on deck, then Matt Kemp. Dodgers lead the Giants 3-0. One and two.
See Andre Ethier on deck. Gary Zito has had his way with him today.
And throughout their careers.
Yes.
Dodgers with 2 in the first on the Kemp home run. A run here in the 5th. And a runner on third. A.J. Ellis, 1 out. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Zito getting ready to throw his 80th pitch of the afternoon. And it is popped up, shallow left field. Cabrera makes the catch. And heading back to third with nobody covering is A.J. Ellis.
But he hit his cutoff, man. Now that was a big difference right there. Not that it would have changed anything right there, but that was an excellent throw by Cabrera. Right through Terrio. Got nobody at third right there because Crawford, upon the ball being hit, has to go back at the shortstop position just in case it's not deep enough. Normally, if that ball goes deep to left field, third baseman cut off, shortstop runs over to cover third.
So now 2 away with the runner on third for Ethier. And we've talked about his struggles both against Zito and against left-handed pitching. He's 0 for 2, struck out his last time up, 5 for his last 52 against lefties, and 6 for 37 lifetime against Zito. Bounce to the second baseman, Terrio. So the Dodgers strand a runner on third, but they score another run, add to their lead. It's now 3-0 Los Angeles. Today's game presented by Budweiser, sponsored by Chevrolet. Chevrolet has that feeling back. Feel it too with Chevy Confidence. A beautiful Saturday afternoon here in San Francisco. Kenny Albert, Eric Karros, Giants in first place in the National League West. 2-game lead over the Dodgers. Dodgers with a 5-3 win in 10 last night. Lead this game 3-0 for Chad Billingsley, facing Angel Pagan here. He's thrown only 47 pitches over the first 4 innings, and he's retired 9 in a row.
Well, he has been pitch efficient, but I think that's also a result of San Francisco being aggressive. In his last at-bat, Pagan with a runner on second, the very first pitch he swings at flies to left. This is right after the Posey double. Records an out. It's not a productive out. Doesn't move the runner over. None of that. And that's the thing with this Giant ball club, because they are not an explosive team. They are a scrappy team, but they need to be smart. When they do make an out, make it mean something. There's Bruce Bochy right there.
Only 1 base hit, 1 base runner for his Giants today. Buster Posey with a leadoff double in the second. He was stranded on third. Dodgers lead 3-0. Two balls, 2 strikes on Angel Pagan, the former Cub and Met, batting just .211 during the month of July. Fastball missing inside, full count. Second hit of the game for the Giants. Pagan is in at second.
Well, Pagan scorches this ball, hits the ball extremely hard. Now Rivera does not make a good play over at first. James Loney, Brandon Belt, either one of the first baseman make that play. That gets by him, and Pagan, to his credit, he's not stopping. Showing a lot of hustle right there. Beats a throw into second base. Again, the last time they had a leadoff guy at second base, they didn't get him to third with less than 2 outs. Got to at least do that this time.
So a leadoff double for Pagan here in the 5th. Brandon Belt popped out to the first baseman Rivera, his first time up. He had 3 hits in last night's game and drove in a couple of runs. Okay. Belt fouls it off. We take you back to April Fool's Day 2011. Chad Billingsley on the mound. First major league home run off the bat of Brandon Belt. A 3-run shot last April 1st.
You saw that pitch, a fastball that just tailed away. Belt able to extend his arms. He's not looking to drive one out. He's looking to at least get Pagan to third.
Belt has hit 4 home runs this year, all against lefties.
Yeah, Bruce Bochy telling us prior to the game that a lot of swings and misses against right-handed pitching. And that is not characteristic. I think a lot of it has to do with pulling out on that with that front shoulder, opening up too soon. With lefties, he consciously says, I got to stay in, I got to stay in.
A call strike 3 on the outside corner. Second strikeout for Chad Billingsley.
Billingsley goes outside right here. Ciela setting up out there. This thing's off the plate. He's got a legitimate gripe. Again, when you've got 2 strikes, you've got to make sure you can protect. And it's always an old adage, too, where you know, as a hitter, if you're going to swing at a pitch off of the plate, you know, you don't hear the umpire sitting back there going, oh, geez, what are you doing swinging at pitches that aren't strikes? So in the same breath, if the umpire calls a pitch an inch or 2 off the plate, you can't turn around and get on him.
So now with 1 out and Pagan taking his lead off second, here's Marco Scutaro, who popped to short in his first at bat as a Giant. In case you joined us late, 4 roster moves over the last 24 hours made by San Francisco. They acquired Scutaro from Colorado, activated Aubrey Huff, placed Pablo Sandoval on the disabled list, and designated Emmanuel Burris for assignment. One 0 to Scutaro. He fouls it off to the right side. Now 1-1. Our game summary brought to you by Jeep. Billingsley, outstanding so far. Looking for his 6th win of the year. Zito allowed a 2-run shot in the first off the bat of the Dodgers' Matt Kemp. Now 2-1 on Scutaro, acquired for minor league infielder Charlie Culberson in the deal with the Rockies yesterday. Wearing Dave Righetti's former number 19. Ramirez looks Pagan back to second, fires across for out number 2.
Well, and again, we're looking at something that happened in the second inning as well with this Giant ball club. Get the leadoff runner to second base, and you can't advance him. You've got to be able to move him over, get him to third with 1 out, so you give your team a chance to score, especially when you are not an explosive team.
Brandon Crawford swings at the first pitch, and it rolls foul.
You know, if they don't score this inning, that'll be the 2nd time now. So basically, they're giving away a run in the 2nd. They give a run, one here away. That's 2 runs there. That Melky Cabrera overthrow that moved A.J. Ellis up to third. That's 3 runs right there. Take 1 away from the Dodgers. Add 2 to the Giants. You got a tie ball game. Instead, you're staring at 3-0 right now. Gonna have a quiz on that too in a second, Ken.
I think I got it.
Bottom line is the Giants are taking advantage of their opportunities, and they're giving the Dodgers some as well.
Aubrey Huff, activated earlier today, has come out into the on-deck circle with the pitcher Zito due up next. George Contos up and throwing in the Giants bullpen. One to Crawford, a called strike. Now 1-2. A 1-2 from Billingsley. And Crawford gets the bat on it. A leadoff double for Pagan. Belt called out on strikes. Scudero grounded out to the third baseman Ramirez. So Pagan still at second base. 2 outs. 1-2 on Crawford. Gets away from A.J. Ellis, allowing Pagan to advance.
Not much Ellis can do in this position. You see the breaking ball bouncing well in front of him.
So Pagan to third on the wild pitch. Crawford awaits the 2-2 from Billingsley. The shortstop Cruz. And that will do it for the Giants in the 5th. They are 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Matt Kemp will lead off for the Dodgers in the 6th when we return. Sponsored by the all-new Dodge Dart. Dodge, new rules. And by Share Everything, it's the plan that revolves around you, only from Verizon. 3-0 lead for the Dodgers here in San Francisco. 3 runs on 5 hits for Los Angeles. No runs, only 2 hits for the Giants. As Matt Kemp steps in to lead off against Barry Zito. Kemp with a 2-run shot, his 15th home run of the season back in the 1st inning. 3rd career home run off Zito for Kemp. And the first pitch missing low and inside. Ball 1. Now 1-1 on Kemp, playing in his 50th game this season. He's missed the other 52.
Yeah, and he's come back. He started off really well, then was in a bit of a rut. 1 for 17 coming into today's game. Again, the big home run to start the ball game. But he says he's feeling healthy, not running as much. Only 3 stolen bases on the year.
Time is called by Kemp. He stole 40 last year. Predicted 50 this season. Zito missing away. Now 3-1.
I just can't believe that this pitch is going to be anything that's worth hitting. I mean, if it's a strike, it's going to be on a corner. Some sort of breaking ball. Or a corner.
So the count is now full with Hanley Ramirez waiting on deck. Playoff pitch to Kemp. He fouls it back to the screen. Crawford spins, throws, could not be handled by Belt. So the Dodgers have the leadoff man on here in the 6th inning. It's an infield single for Matt Kemp, his 2nd hit of the game.
Well, a great play by Crawford to get to the ball. Then he spins and throws, and he's got to just hope that Belt can pick it out of the dirt. Unable to make the short hop pick, but and that was a bit of a long pick. Not too difficult usually.
So Kemp on for the 2nd time. Since the Dodgers and Giants, Eric, moved west in 1958, only 6 players have had a 2-season span totaling the numbers on top of your screen. 50 home runs, 40 steals, and a .325 batting average. Mays, Frank Robinson, Barry Bonds, Bichette, Walker, Guerrero, and Matt Kemp is on pace to become the 7th.
Well, and the only thing that holds back Matt Kemp is injuries. He started off on fire that first month this year, hurting his hamstring.
April Player of the Month in the National League. Hanley Ramirez 0 for 2 today. Grounded to short and struck out. You heard from Hanley on our pregame show, chatting with the guys back at the MLB Network studios. Scudero to second, and Ramirez beats the throw. So 1 away. Kemp heads back to the Dodgers dugout. Ramirez on at first.
You know, Kenny, I think one of the big things Hanley Ramirez coming to the Dodgers and why he will succeed in LA is Manny Mota. He's a coach with the Dodgers and has a great relationship and commands great respect from all the Latin players. One of the first people that Hanley put his arms around when he walked into the Dodger clubhouse the other day upon his arrival, Manny Mota. I think he'll do wonders with Hanley.
Here's Jerry Hairston Jr. with 1 out, and Ramirez on at first. He has 15 steals this year in 19 attempts. And Eric, on our pregame, Hanley talked about playing hard, and that's something that has been questioned at times during his career with the Marlins. When we spoke with Don Mattingly earlier today, he said during his initial conversations with Hanley, he talked about a clean slate.
Well, and that's all you hope for as a player, because look, we don't know what went on in Miami. We weren't in the clubhouse. We don't, there's always, 2 sides to every story.
Or 3.
Or 3. Could be 3, yeah. Your side, my side, and the truth, right? But I think Hanley coming over here, it rejuvenates him, and he's got something to prove too. Look, all ball players have egos. And Hanley coming over here has an opportunity, when I say here LA, has an opportunity to wipe the slate clean, reestablish himself, and more than anything, prove to the Miami Marlins that, look, I can still play and you were wrong.
And he's still young, as Don Mattingly told us. Hanley Ramirez in the prime of his career. The former National League batting champion. Game-winning home run for the Dodgers here last night. 1-1 on Hairston, 1 out. Top of the 6th inning as Zito throws over to first once again.
See Hanley, 231 steals. You look at that percentage. Again, he just does so many things that can impact the game.
Now 2-1 on Hairston. Dodgers lead 3-0. They scored 2 in the first on a Kemp home run. Added a run in the 5th. Looking to cut the Giants' lead in the National League West to just 1 game. 2-2.
Well, I think this series is much more important for the Dodgers than the Giants. The Dodgers are chasing the Giants. They came into this series 4 games back in the loss column. Had to make up some ground. And if you look at the schedules of these 2 respective clubs in August and specifically September, the Dodgers, they've got a tough road ahead.
Base hit down the right field line for Hairston. Ramirez will hold at third. Now coming home. And the tag is not in time. In at third is Hairston. Dodgers now lead 4-0.
You see, Hairston does a nice job of just poking it out there. Now, this is where those bullpens come into play. See, he can't run over there. He's got that mound to deal with. You see, Posey, he's not really expecting Ramirez. He's way out in front of the plate. Makes a sweeping tag, not even close. And we can all understand why that happens and those sort of things. But I don't think he expected a play at home.
RBI number 25 for Hairston, a double. Moves to third on the throw. Giants make a double switch. We'll tell you about it Leaves trailing 4-0, and the runner on third, Hairston, is his responsibility. 27-year-old right-hander George Contos pitched the third of an inning last night. Will make his 17th appearance. And there's Aubrey Huff now in at first on the double switch, replacing Brandon Belt. Huff missed a total of 36 games while on the disabled list. Zito threw 97 pitches, allowed 4 runs so far on 7 base hits. Juan Rivera at the plate, and he takes a called strike, 0-1.
Yeah, really, Zito pitched a lot better than those numbers indicate. In this inning, that ground ball, Crawford makes a play, Belt unable to scoop it. Right there, Buster Posey really not in position. A flare hit by Hairston.
Infield in, the 0-1 to Rivera, now 0-2.
I mean, we talked about it. We talk about the defense for this Giant ball club. Again, they are in first place. The pitching's there, but there are things that, as they move forward in these next 2 months, that they're not going to be able to continue to do. And while they weren't errors, they were breakdowns defensively.
Right back to the box. Contos does a good job looking Hairston back to third. The throw to first. And Rivera is retired.
We look back at Hanley Ramirez running around third. Now look at, he's looking at Brandon Belt. Look where he touches the bag. He's not picking up his third base coach. Now everybody's excited in that Dodger dugout. Oh, great hustle. Way to go. And he was aggressive, but you do that over the course of 162 games, you're going to make more mistakes and be out more often than not. It's not good base running.
Tim Wallach, the Dodgers' third base coach. Luis Cruz 2 for 2, extending his hitting streak to 11 games. Called up by the Dodgers in early July. Has had cups of coffee with the Pirates and the Brewers. Two outs, top of the 6th inning. Dodgers lead 4-0. Hairston, the runner, on third. Right field. Shearholtz makes the catch. Dodgers add to their lead. A run on 2 hits. It's now 4-0 LA.
The reliever, someone who could give them strikeout ability in the late innings. Also another hitter, maybe a right-handed hitting outfielder. One of their coaches mentioned to me Cody Ross last week. Giants know him well. Unfortunately, right now, unavailable.
Ken, thanks for the update. Very interesting name as we send it back out to San Francisco. Kenny and Eric.
All right, thanks very much, Matt. Here is Aubrey Huff making his return to the Giants lineup. He was placed on the 15-day disabled list June 15th with a right knee sprain. Suffered the injury after jumping over the dugout railing while trying to celebrate with the team following Matt Cain's perfect game.
Well, there are a lot of things you can do in your younger days. When you get a bit older, your mind says you can do it, but body says no.
One to Huff, and he sends this one down the left field line, and it curves foul. So now 1-2 on Huff. Well, they will hopefully play baseball shortly at Yankee Stadium. So for those of you watching in the New York and Boston home markets, we will take you to the Bronx in just a little while. But for those of you in the rest of the country, you will be staying with us. Giants and Dodgers here in San Francisco. We apologize to those of you in other markets who would rather be watching the Red Sox and the Yankees, but a good one here in San Francisco as Huff grounds out to the second baseman Mark Ellis for out number 1. So Chad Billingsley continues to roll for the Dodgers. He's allowed only 2 base hits, both leadoff doubles. Posey in the second and Pagan in the 5th, and that has been it as far as the Giants are concerned offensively.
Well, and I think that's got to be the story so far today is Chad Billingsley and what he's been able to do. And I don't think it's any secret that the Dodgers are looking for starting pitching. He's only had 2 3-ball counts today, been very pitch efficient. But this might be the starting pitching that they need right here, Chad Billingsley. Just been so inconsistent all year. See Scherholtz grounds out to Ellis.
So Scherholtz now 0 for 3. 4 summers ago, Scherholtz, a member of the U.S. Olympic team in Beijing. This photo from a preliminary round game between Team USA and China. Scherholtz and his teammates came home with bronze medals. Speaking of the Summer Olympics, there is Matt Trainer. It is now 3 o'clock here in the Pacific time zone, and we spoke to Matt before the game today. He told us that at 3 Pacific time, the beach volleyball match between Team USA and Australia would be getting underway. His wife, Misty May Trainer, a 2-time gold medalist in beach volleyball, both in 2004 and 2008. So you know Matt will be checking in on the progress of that match between the U.S. and Australia. They actually met. They met in a training room. They were both rehabbing injuries.
It's funny. Well, there's something good about getting hurt, right?
Guess so. Well, you referred to Brian Wilson of the Giants during our interview with Dave Rigetti. He sent out a tweet. Olympics, red, white, blue. What's your country code? Ours is 1.
You know, I tell you, when I heard he was going to be out for the year, I thought that would just decimate this Giant ball club. Not only from, as Dave Rigetti said, a talent standpoint, but just a personality, the way he carried himself and how he impacted the rest of this team. But as Rigetti mentioned, I think missing him at the end of the last year allowed the Giants to kind of feel their way in what life would be like without Brian Wilson. Just imagine if he was on this ball club. Man.
Such a huge part of the Giants championship ball club back in 2010. Payoff pitch to Terrio, who won a World Series with the Cardinals last year. It's another 1-2-3 inning for Billingsley. Giants have grounded out 11 times. 4-0 Dodgers through 6. Seventh inning here in San Francisco. Dodgers lead the Giants 4-0. A.J. Ellis leads off for Los Angeles. Doubled his last time up back in the 5th inning. A.J. Ellis, Billingsley, and Mark Ellis for the Dodgers here in the 7th. Dodgers looking to win their 2nd straight after losing 3 in a row in St. Louis. Deep left field. Cabrera back on the warning track. He looks up. It's gone. Home run number 8 this season off the bat of A.J. Ellis. The Dodgers now lead 5-0.
Well, for a park that doesn't yield home runs and a team that doesn't hit home runs, that's 3 long ball for the Dodgers in 2 games. Granted, it is daytime and the ball will carry a bit more, but there was no doubt here.
And there's Hanley Ramirez. He talked about on our pregame show the I see you, as we saw there, as he puts his
I thought that was
hands
some
up to his eyes.
Ode to a raccoon or something, but
he called it the I see you.
I like it.
So Billingsley, who helped his own cause back in the 5th inning, drove in a run with a sacrifice fly. Watch from the on-deck circle as Ellis extended the Dodgers lead to 5-0. Billingsley went around. First strikeout for George Contos. Time now for the Just for Men Keep Your Edge Spotlight. What an afternoon for Chad Billingsley. He has been outstanding over the first 6 innings. Just as Billingsley gives the Dodgers an edge, you too can keep your edge with Just for Men mustache and beard. 2nd consecutive outstanding start by a Dodger starter here in San Francisco.
Well, absolutely. I mean, Stephen Fife last night had a great start. Went into the 7th inning, only gave up 1 run. But I think more than anything, Billingsley today, now has given the Dodgers 2 consecutive starts, 2 consistent starts, and 2 starts worthy of being a number 2 pitcher on a ball club.
Mark Ellis pops out to the second baseman Terrio for out number 2. How about this note passed along to us by the Dodgers? Stephen Fife, last night's starter, became the first pitcher in Major League history to oppose 2 pitchers who have thrown perfect games in his first 2 Major League starts. Roy Halladay, Matt Cain.
And he fared well. And even against Matt Cain last night, had a leadoff double. I shouldn't say a leadoff double. It was a 2-out double. Dodgers go on to score a couple runs that inning. But that's the thing. You've got to get contributions from unlikely sources throughout the season. The Dodgers have had a number of those this year.
Tomorrow it's the reigning National League Cy Young Award winner Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers. Then 7-game winner Aaron Harang Monday against Arizona. Then 10-game winner Chris Capuano on Tuesday against the Diamondbacks.
Well, you mentioned tomorrow's game. Ryan Vogelsong for the Giants, Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers. Vogelsong has been outstanding this year. Pitched at least 6 innings in all 18 starts.
On one hop, Crawford unable to come up with it, so Ethier, happy to see Zito out of the game, is on at first.
Well, not hit hard. Crawford tries to position himself where he can get it on a hop. Just eats him up right now. It'll be scored in there.
It's Crawford's 13th error, but his first in the last 31 games. Giants leading the National League with 77 errors.
And that's tough to, you've got 77 errors. You've got a great pitching staff. You don't score a lot of runs. This is a ballpark that, again, is conducive to defense. And they've got to catch the ball better.
First pitch to Kemp in for a called strike.
I say all these things, but with all due respect, the Giants are the first place ball club. They're also a team that has played the toughest part of their schedule up to this point. They're a team that has not had a huge contribution from one of the best pitchers in the game over the last few years. I mean, I still like this Giants ball club a lot. A team that I do believe will be in the postseason. Could they improve? No question. Could they use another bat? Absolutely. But the reality is, Brian Sabian even said it, the economics, they just don't allow for them to go out and start taking guys from whatever team they want.
Well, Dodger fans have to be thrilled with this quote from their principal owner, Mark Walter. I'm not trying to save a dollar. I'd rather say we have a great team and maybe spend a little too much.
Well, that's the big difference in the West now, is the ownership of the Dodgers, because economics really don't play a role in the decision-making process. Now, I'm not saying they're just going to go out and spend wildly, but if they see something they want, economics aren't going to prohibit them from going out and getting it.
Kemp rips one into the left field corner. Ethier waved home by Tim Wallach. Dodgers lead 6-0. Third run batted in today. 37th of the season for Matt Kemp.
Well, this breaking ball just kind of rolls up there. Doesn't even break, almost backs up. And you see Ethier right here. You see him running. He's going all the way. He's got that ball in front of him as he's running towards third. So he can see that it's in the corner. He can make a judgment himself. He's going all the way. He's not looking back at the left fielder. The Dodgers have come out and swung the bat well today.
They have 6 extra base hits among their 9 hits today. 4 doubles, 2 home runs. And how about Kemp? A single, a double, and a home run. Hanley Ramirez, first pitch. This will go for extra bases. Kemp scores. 7-0 Dodgers. RBI number 52 for Ramirez, their 7th extra base hit of today's game.
Well, another ball up in the zone, much like the pitch to Matt Kemp, as far as where it is, up about shoulder high. You see Hanley just gets on top of this thing, drives it to left center, and this is where those three in the lineup become difficult to pitch to.
And you talked about giving away runs. Crawford made that 2-out error to keep this inning alive.
And the Dodgers, you look at 7 of the 10 hits have been for extra bases, but again, the Giants have been a little shaky defensively. Some of them have been ruled errors, some of them have been plays that should probably be made a bit differently. They didn't hit. Guys lead off doubles, don't get them in.
You saw Brad Penny, the former Dodger, up and throwing in the Giants' pen. Ramirez takes his leadoff second with Jerry Hairston Jr. at the plate. He doubled in a run his last time up. Dodgers with 3 runs in the inning on 3 extra base hits and 1 San Francisco error. Now leads 7-0. A Dodger team that was shut out in this ballpark in 3 consecutive games late last month.
Now again, and we mentioned it earlier, shutting a team out, there's something to be said about that. But again, that was an anemic Dodger team. No Matt Kemp, Ethier out after the first game, after the 2nd or 3rd inning. You know, quite frankly, without those two, this is a completely different team offensively.
On the ground to the right side, this is Huff with the toss to Contos, and the inning comes to an end. Ellis with a home run. Doubles for Kemp and Ramirez. 7th inning stretch time. 7-0 Dodgers. By Michelin, a better way forward. I'm Mike Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Bottom of the 7th inning here in San Francisco. Dodgers all over the Giants 7-0. Dodgers with 7 extra base hits in the game, including 2 home runs. As Melky Cabrera will lead off as soon as the beach ball is retrieved by Andre Ethier. He tries to take the air out of it. Certainly nowhere taken out of the Dodgers' sails today, as they got started early with the Matt Kemp 2-run homer in the first. Now lead the Giants 7-0. Melky Cabrera 0 for 2. Giants only 2 hits over the first 6 innings against Chad Billingsley, looking for his 6th win of the season and his 2nd straight after losing 5 consecutive starts. Cabrera, right field. Ethier. What a catch!
Well, it's a great catch going back, and you have to watch his foot to see if it gets caught in that chain link fence. That left ankle seems to be okay. Keeps his eye on it the whole time. You see how he puts his left arm out to protect against hitting the wall. Makes a catch right there. Billingsley a little excited. Melky, dang, that would have been another hit.
So Ethier goes from retrieving that beach ball to making a spectacular catch in right field. Here's Buster Posey, who has one of the 2 Giants hits today, a double back in the 2nd inning. Billingsley missing away, now 2-0. Posey an all-star for the first time. Two and 1. Giants came into this series on fire. They had won all 4 of their series coming out of the All-Star break. They had won 9 out of 12 prior to last night. In danger of losing their 2nd in a row to Los Angeles. Trailing 7-0 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Two from Billingsley. Right back to the box. And Posey is retired as we head east to Yankee Stadium and check in with our Ken Rosenthal. Ken, we're hearing the Dodgers are not done dealing. A couple of names that have been brought up. Soriano, Dempster from the Cubs. What are you hearing?
Well, Kenny, the 2 teams have been unable to agree on a straight Dempster trade. So maybe the idea now is to change the mix, have the Dodgers take a player that the Cubs don't want. That would be Soriano. There would have to be a lot of cash in the deal, and it still is a long shot, but it's something interesting.
Yeah, you know, it makes some sense. The Dodgers are looking for some left field production. I still think that they're looking for somebody at the top of that lineup. You've got that middle group right now with the Ramirez and the Kemp and Ethier. I think more than anything, something at the top. You know, that Ryan Dempster, that's attractive. Another starter, definitely something that any club could use.
Dempster close with Ted Lilly of the Dodgers, currently on the comeback trail. And we've also heard the name Shane Victorino as far as a leadoff hitter.
Yeah, I think he would be the ideal fit in a perfect world. Who would the Dodgers like to add? He makes the most sense. General manager Ned Colletti, hard at work. But Victorino makes the most sense. You plug him in at the top of the lineup. He provides energy. He's a switch hitter. Good defensive guy. And he kind of likes to be the guy. And you you let him feed off of Kemp and feed off of Ramirez and Ethier, and it kind of becomes a friendly competition that could elevate his play.
Make sure to follow Ken Rosenthal on FoxSports.com and Twitter for all the latest rumors as well as baseball news. He broke the Zach Greinke trade story yesterday. Greinke dealt by the Brewers to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Makes that one of the top pitching staffs in all of baseball.
Full count. 3-2 on Pagan. What a week it has been. Ichiro now a Yankee. Hamels a new 6-year, $144 million extension with the Phillies. Hanley Ramirez to the Dodgers, and Zach Greinke now an Angel. More to come over the next few days leading up to the trade deadline. Pagan sends this one into left field. Easy play for Hairston. Through 7 here in San Francisco. Billingsley continues to sail along. '20th, 2002. The man to my right, Eric Karros, at the plate. What were you thinking?
I was thinking, honestly, right there, I'm going, down goes Frazier. I was just trying to make sure I had all my teeth. I'm not kidding you. That was not good. Not good. Got a nice little scar underneath there. Felix Rodriguez got me.
Next day, you come back 3 for 4.
Off Russ Ortiz because he threw pitches outside. I had to get back in that box.
So you spent many years in this rivalry. Brad Penny has seen it from both sides. The new Giants pitcher had 2 of his best seasons with the Dodgers. 16-game winner in both 2006 and 2007.
All-Star game starter as well. And yeah, there have been a number of great games in this rivalry. You know, each team knocking the other out prior to getting to the postseason. Some great battles. Remember Brian Johnson hitting a big home run in extra innings against us in '97. Propelled the Giants to postseason.
Chopped foul off to the left side. 1-2 on Rivera. So the new battery here in the 8th of Brad Penny and Eli Whiteside. With the Dodgers leading the Giants 7-0. The shortstop Crawford fires across to Aubrey Huff. One away. Well, this MLB on Fox season, Fox Sports is proud to support Boys and Girls Clubs of America, a place where youth can reach their full potential as productive, caring, responsible citizens. To learn more, please visit greatfutures.org/Fox Sports. So with the Dodgers leading 7-0, quiet crowd here in San Francisco. Dodger win today. They pulled to within one game of the division.
Yeah, one game within the division. There's still two back in the loss column and a long way to go. You know, I think where it gets real interesting is that month of September. The Giants are in a position in September where they do not play a team from September 3rd on out of their division. They don't travel anywhere. They're all in a time zone that talks of Colorado, Arizona. The Dodgers, on the other hand, in September, nightmare for them.
Luis Cruz flies out to the new center fielder Gregor Blanco for out number 2. As we check in with Matt Vasgersian at the MLB Network studios for a game break. What's going on in the Bronx?
Well, Kenny, after a rain delay of over 2 hours, it looks like CC Sabathia may have opened a bit out of sorts. RBI hits to Adrian Gonzalez and Will Middlebrooks to yield an early deficit. Recall the big left-hander lost both of his outings against Boston last year, allowing 6 runs in each of them. Just underway at Yankee Stadium. Back to you guys in San Francisco.
Thanks, Matt. So a late start following the delay. Yankees have won 6 of 7 from the Red Sox this season. And when Fox Saturday Baseball returns 3 weeks from today on August 18th, it will be the Yankees and Red Sox once again in the Bronx.
Hey, you have to wonder, the Red Sox management keeps saying they're going to be cautious buyers, but I wouldn't be surprised if that doesn't change in the next 24 hours. When you look at that lead that they'd have to overcome, and I understand there's 2 wild cards, but it's a lot to deal with.
Red Sox started the day 5.5 out in the wild card race, but they would have to climb over 6 other clubs.
That's the kicker right there. You know, and I understand there's a lot of baseball left and blah, 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 but you've got to be realistic. You've got to evaluate what you have out on the field and not what you wish you had.
The 1-2 from Penny to A.J. Ellis, missing high with the fastball, 2-2.
You know, and getting back to that, the Dodgers schedule in September. And they go on a stretch where 14 of 18 are on the road. And of those games on the road, they're going to Cincinnati, going to Washington. They've got to go to San Francisco. The 4 games they have at home against St. Louis. And that is not an easy schedule.
Ellis strikes out, throw to first. Middle of the 8th here in San Francisco, 7-0 Dodgers. by T-Mobile. Test drive our nationwide 4G network. And by Duracell, trusted everywhere. Lombard Street here in San Francisco. Do you ever do it?
I have done it. I did it with the family, actually, in a little minivan. Went down.
You conquered it?
Careful. I don't know if I'd say I conquered it, but I made it down.
On foot? Or?
Oh, no, it was on foot. We parked the van at the top.
All right, there you go. Chad Billingsley pitching into the 8th. He has 4 career complete games, 2 of the 4 against the Giants.
Well, and Marty Aronoff letting me know that he's been pitching to contact. Only 2 strikeouts today.
There's contact from Blanco on the first pitch here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Flies out to Kemp. You saw Tony Gwynn Jr. now in right field, replacing Andre Ethier. 1 away.
And the biggest thing for Billingsley today is he's missed the barrel of the bat. That's not the situation where he's had great defensive plays. Posey smoked that ball to left center. But other than that, there just hasn't been a lot of just rockets anywhere. He's thrown a very effective game.
Scudero takes strike 1. Giants have only 2 hits in the game. Only 2 base runners. Leadoff doubles in the 2nd by Posey. In the 5th off the bat of Pagad. That has been it. For the Dodgers, 7 runs on 10 hits, including 2 home runs and 5 doubles. 7 extra base hits for the Dodgers. 1-2 now on Scudero.
You look at that, 2 strikeouts and 12 ground outs, keeping his infield involved. Couple fly balls.
Up the middle, a base hit for Scudero. His first hit as a Giant, and the first single for the Giants today.
Just a ground ball up the middle. Scudero getting on the board as a San Francisco Giant.
Billingsley had retired 10 in a row. He retired 9 straight earlier. So a 1-out base hit for Marco Scudero. Here's Brandon Crawford. Has grounded out twice. Javi Guerra getting loose in the Dodgers bullpen, as Billingsley has eclipsed that 100 pitch mark.
Well, Crawford's had a few big hits for these Giants in the last week and a half. Home runs, some game-winning base hits. Might be splitting some time with Scudero now at shortstop. You see Billingsley a little upset with himself right now, getting frustrated. A.J. Ellis out there just to try and calm him down, give the bullpen a little bit of time to get loose.
And now pitching coach Rick Honeycutt out for a visit. Well, visit MLB.com/fan guide to register for a chance to win a VIP experience for 2 at a 2012 World Series game presented by Scotts, the official lawn care company of Major League Baseball. 1 day shy of his 28th birthday. Chad Billingsley has gone 7 1/3. Was not allowed to run. Only 3 San Francisco Giant base hits. 3-1 on Crawford with Scudero, the runner on first. Base hit into right field off the bat of Crawford. So back-to-back singles for Scudero and Crawford. Giants have 2 on with only 1 out for Aubrey Huff.
Again, A.J. Ellis just going out there to buy some more time for Guerra down in the bullpen. And here we go.
Don Mattingly will make a double switch. That will be all for Chad Billingsley, who leaves with a 7-0 lead. Baseball presented by Budweiser. Bottom of the 8th inning here in San Francisco. Dodgers lead the Giants 7-0. Giants with back-to-back 1-out singles. Runners on first and second. Chad Billingsley in line for his 6th win of the season, 2nd in a row. The new pitcher for the Dodgers, the 26-year-old right-hander Javi Guerra. Double switch. James Loney now in at first base with Aubrey Huff at the plate. Grounded to second his first time up. And the first pitch from Guerra, missing low, ball 1.
Well, you know, we talk about the Giants going out, and ideally they could use another power guy. This might be their best option. You know, hope that Aubrey Huff can get hot for 2 months, regain that form that he had in 2010. You know, he just hasn't, you know, he's had injuries, he's had other things going on. Just really hasn't been engaged. But for 4 months, the first 4 months of that 2010 season, he was as good a player as anybody in the National League.
You saw his numbers since then, since the Giants World Series championship, batting just .237, .155 this year. Activated earlier today from the disabled list. A 1-2 from Garrett, and Huff is down on strikes. So with two away, here's Nate Schierholtz. And to put a bow on what we were talking about earlier, Schierholtz, a 2008 Olympian, Summer Olympics opening ceremonies last night in London. Nate's mom, Karen, born in England. Schierholtz 0 for 3 today, has not gotten the ball out of the infield. Not many Giants have.
No, they run up against tough Dodger pitching today. Got behind. Barry Zito did throw the ball well. It wasn't helped defensively. Again, these are the two teams that it will go down to that final weekend. I really believe that. Dodgers and Giants meet in October in Los Angeles for the final 3 of the season. Talking to the great Giant announcer Mike Krukow prior to the game. And he firmly believes the same thing. I think that along the way there's going to be ups and downs for each ball club. I don't see any reason why both of these teams don't get to the postseason.
Following the series finale tomorrow, they will still have 9 games against each other. 3 in Los Angeles in August, and then 6 in September and October.
You know, and I guess if I'm a Dodgers fan and I'm looking at the Giants, what scares me the most is the Giants are in first place after having played the rough part of their schedule and without getting great contribution from Tim Lincecum. That scares me if I'm a Dodger fan. If I'm a Giants fan, what scares me is they just got Ramirez. They can go out and acquire other guys. This team can get stronger. Economics, they're not going to play a role.
What other changes will we see for both these clubs? Ken Rosenthal talked about the potential dealings involving the Dodgers and the Cubs. Giants certainly does not sound like they're through dealing. Another foul.
I'm just not sure, though, that the Giants have the wherewithal to go out and get an impact guy. I mean, again, not taking anything away from Marco Scutaro, but one team gets Hanley Ramirez, the other gets Marco Scutaro. And while they both fill voids that each club has, I don't think anybody would make any argument those are two different players.
Remember, 2 years ago, the Giants made a deal that did not seem big at the time, acquiring Javi Lopez and Ramon Ramirez, but played a large part in the Giants winning that World Series.
I remember we were here in San Francisco, and I remember that day that the trade went down.
Schierholtz with a base hit into left field. Third hit of the inning for the Giants, all singles. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
As a runner, you've got to know where the ball is. You see a Schierholtz hit a rocket Now watch. Giant runner. Whoa! Goes right down. If he doesn't go down, he's wearing one right in the back. That would be an out.
So Scutaro able to get out of the way. He's now at third. Base is full for Terrio. Coming into this inning, Giants had 2 hits in the game, both doubles. Billingsley exited after having retired 10 straight. Guerra, after Billingsley gave up the 2 singles to Scutaro and Crawford, Guerra struck out Huff. And now the Shearholtz single. Bases loaded. And Terrio with a bloop down the right field line, just foul.
Well, obviously Terrio big in this spot right here because on deck you've got Melky Cabrera and then followed by Buster Posey. And you don't want to mess around with those guys with runners on. Those are 2 of the best hitters the Giants have with runners in scoring position. Excuse me, Posey out of the lineup. Whiteside in. Still don't want to face Cabrera though.
Guerra missing high, 2-1 on Terrio. Dodgers lead 7-0. Giants have loaded the bases here in the 8th.
There's Whiteside.
On the ground to the second baseman, Ellis. So the Giants ran 3 in the 8th. Still trail the Dodgers as Billingsley exhales. 7-0. Here in San Francisco, the 134th consecutive sellout. 3rd longest active streak, behind only the Red Sox and the Phillies. Dodgers 7 runs on 10 hits. Giants no runs, 5 hits, 1 error. As we move to the 9th, and James Loney will bat for the first time, facing former Dodger Brad Penny. Dodgers scored 2 in the 1st, added a run in the 5th, a run in the 6th, and then 3 in the 7th. 2 home runs for the Dodgers, who came into the game last in the major leagues in that category. Matt Kemp, a 2-run shot in the first. A.J. Ellis, a solo home run in the 7th. Penny's first pitch to Loney. Ball 1.
Well, Loney swung the bat all right this month. About hitting .330. He just hasn't had the power. Only 2 home runs this year. Right around 30 RBIs. Just not the production they were looking for.
Bounce to the right side. Huff with the toss to Penny, covering for out number 1. Well, next Saturday, the UFC returns to Fox with 4 massive fights, including knockout artist Shogun Rua taking on Brandon Vera in the biggest fight of his career, plus an epic bout between former UFC champ Lyoto Machida and rising star Ryan Bader. UFC Fight Night on Fox, sponsored by Bud Light, live from Los Angeles next Saturday at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. So 1 away here in the Dodgers 9th. Great job by our entire crew here in San Francisco today. Producer Jeff Gowen, director Jim Lynch, associate director Eric Billigmeyer, associate producer Andy Kavanaugh, our technical producer Mike Montavani, technical director Dan Berger. Pre-game show produced by Ethan Kleinberg, directed by Mark Deaver. The coordinating producers Mike Santini and Don Bowie. Crunching the numbers for us today, Marty Aronoff and Mark Seguro. One out, top of the 9th inning. Dodgers lead 7-0. Ellis 1 for 4, singled and scored back in the first inning. Diving attempt by Scudero, second hit of the game for Ellis. So with Ellis on at first, Tony Gwynn Jr. will bat for the first time. Fastball in for a called strike, 0-1 on Gwynn.
Well, Tony Gwynn, when Matt Kemp was out, was hitting at the top of the lineup. Did a decent job. Better suited, though, filling in, coming in as a 4th outfielder. Done a great job as a pinch hitter.
We take you back to our 4 keys to the game. We talked about Matt Kemp and the Giants trying to take advantage of opportunities.
Well, in the Dodgers, Matt Kemp right in the first inning, he set the tone, hit that big 2-run shot. And the Giants, they had opportunities in their first 4 or 5 innings. They get a runner on second base, nobody out, couldn't get him in. Couldn't even get him over to third with less than 2 outs. And that really was the game in a nutshell.
Nothing and 2 on Gwynn. Ellis the runner on first with 1 out. Here's Matt Trainer, bottom right of your screen. His wife, Misty May Trainer, and her partner, Kerry Walsh Jennings. Winners today over in London, 21-18, 21-19 in their beach volleyball match against Australia.
I'm sure Matt's excited about that. Probably already has the news.
He's talked about following the scores and watching during past Olympics in various ballparks. During games, before games, after games. following on the internet.
Yeah, more often than not, it's a win, too. That's one of the top volleyball players in the world.
Usually is. 2 gold medals already. Fastball missing high, 2-2.
Here he is, Matt Kemp. He is the centerpiece of this Dodger ball club. You figure he's just going to get better as well, have more opportunity with the addition of Hanley Ramirez.
Kemp 3 hits today, has driven in 3 runs. Ramirez with a run-scoring double in the 7th. A.J. Ellis solo homer in the 7th. Ball 4, says Ed Hickox, the third base umpire. So Gwynn down to first. Timeout for our Burger King smooth plays of the game.
Well, it's been Matt Kemp. He set the tone early in the game with that big 2-run shot to show he wasn't done. It's a double scoring Andre Ethier. He's given the Hanley Ramirez sign, I see you. And again, remember, he came into today's ball game in a 1-for-17 stretch. And that one hit was an infield hit in St. Louis.
For Kemp today, a single, a double, and a home run. Kemp with 2 triples this season, in case you were wondering. Triple shy of a cycle.
Well, you see that so far 12 runs, and remember the last time through here, and again it was a much different Dodger ball club. No runs in 3 games. But that just goes to show you, you can catch teams when they're hot, when they're not playing well, and it just, the season is a roller coaster. You just don't want to be on that downward plane very long.
Right field corner. Remember, Kemp needs a triple for the cycle. He will hold at second. He drives in another run. It's now 8-0 Dodgers. 4th run batted in of the day for Matt Kemp.
Well, this is just really an inside-out swing where he keeps his hands close to his body. The barrel drags through, and he shoots an inside pitch to right field. Lets the ball travel deep on him. And when he's doing those sort of things, when he's letting the ball travel on him, he's very difficult to pitch to. His power is to right center. Where he gets into trouble is when he starts to try to hook everything, pull everything, go out and get it.
So 4 hits and 4 runs batted in today for Matt Kemp.
And you see where he hits that ball, it's almost behind the front leg. And again, guys that can do that, there's less room for error.
Here's Hanley Ramirez, 1 for 4 with a run batted in. In case you were wondering, only 2 Los Angeles Dodgers have hit for the cycle. Wes Parker against the Mets in 1970. Orlando Hudson against the Giants in 2009. As the Dodgers score 2 more runs, it is now 10-0 Los Angeles as Ramirez drives in 2 more. So Kemp and Ramirez have combined to drive in 7 runs in this game. Still only 1 out of the inning. The last 4 Dodgers to come to the plate have reached base against Penny. An Ellis single, a walk to Gwynn, a Kemp RBI double, and then Ramirez with a 2-run single. We'll check in on the Yankees and the Red Sox in a moment. Game that started about 2 hours late following a rain delay in New York. All Dodgers here in San Francisco today. They lead the Giants 10-0. Double play ball. And the inning finally comes to an end. But the Dodgers score 3 more runs. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Now lead 10-0. Here at the bottom of the 9th in San Francisco, Matt Kemp, Hanley Ramirez have combined for 6 hits and 7 runs batted in for the Dodgers. Last time the Dodgers shut out the Giants and scored at least 10 runs, July 10th of '97. Just over 15 years ago. As Justin Christian will lead off for the Giants, pinch hitting for Melky Cabrera. Left field, Hairston moving to his left, 1 out. So Chad Billingsley, who was brilliant, in line for his 6th win, his 2nd in a row. beat the Cardinals in St. Louis 5-3 on Monday.
Again, his second start that he has thrown well. You know, it doesn't continue the pressure for the Dodgers to go out and find that big number 2. Billingsley could be that answer right there. Ted Lilly making a rehab start tomorrow. See where that takes him.
Eli Whiteside, first pitch, pops it up to the right side. The first baseman Loney makes the catch in foul territory for the second out. Time now for one final game break. Matt Vasgersian, take it away.
Kenny, the Yankees stake Boston to a 3-run lead in the first inning, and New York's on the board against John Lester a little later on. Russell Martin DHing, so Chris Stewart gets the spot start and takes advantage. First of the season for the ex-Giant. Red Sox leading 3-1 in the fourth. Back to you, lads, in San Francisco.
All right, thanks, Matt. For Don Mattingly's Dodgers, their last series here in San Francisco, shutout 3 consecutive games. They have scored 15 runs in the first 2 games of this series as Joaquin Arias pinch hits for the Giants down to their final out.
But again, if you're the San Francisco Giants, you're still 2 games up in the loss column. You've got Vogelsong throwing tomorrow. But Barry Zito threw a decent game today. And you look at the score and go, oh, geez, what happened? But he was formidable. Gave them a chance. And remember, the Giants are without Pablo Sandoval. And that's a guy that they really can't afford to lose. I mean, you're talking about Sandoval, Cabrera, and Posey. That's your offense. And if you're missing one of them, you got problems.
By the way, that game back in July of '97, last time the Dodgers shut out the Giants and scored at least 10 runs, Eric Karros 2 for 5 with a stolen base.
I was going to say, I must have stolen a base that game.
Dodgers won the game 11-0. They've scored only 10 today.
What'd I do? Steal second when it was 10-0? Nobody hold me on?
Probably.
Wouldn't do that. Bad baseball etiquette. There he is, Pablo. Tightened up. Got that haircut.
Placed on the disabled list earlier today. The 2-2 from Garrett. Arias swings and misses. The ball game is over, and the Dodgers have won their second straight here in San Francisco. Pulled to within 1 game of the first place Giants in the National League West. 4 hits, 4 runs batted in for Matt Kemp. Dodgers win it 10-0. For Eric Karros, Kenny Albert saying so long. Now we send it back to the MLB Network studios for post-game coverage. Here is Matt Vasgersian.